Welcome along to the Minor Dome in Ballarat tonight for NBL1 action. It is the Ballarat Rush taking on the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence, some of the best young talent in the country. Great to have you company this evening. Steve Murphy in commentary, and alongside me is Travis Hewish. Trav, welcome along to the broadcast, mate. Really looking forward to two teams that are pretty desperate to get a win tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell us now a bit of, you've coached in the youth league earlier today, did you, mate?
No. That's a previous job. A few years ago, yep.
So obviously, hometown man, you're Ballarat Rush this year, obviously haven't been setting the absolute world on fire in terms of the women's comp, but certainly have showed plenty of glimpses, and tonight presents a real good opportunity. They're 16th currently on the table with a win out of their 6 games, but they'll come in tonight pretty confident against a Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence team who's themselves yet to win.
Yeah, the results aren't a true testament of exactly how they're going. They've been in and about games for most games. Young side. Should be really exciting to have a good game today.
Some of the players I'll just touch on from your side that really keen to get your thoughts on this year that we've seen play. Georgia Moore's one player that has impressed me in some of the tapes that I've had a look at as well. But probably the big one that I've had a look at, particularly every time I turn on the tape and have a bit of a look at Olivia Hackman. She seems very good from three-point range. So two players that would be fair to say, two exciting players from the Ballarat Rush to look out for tonight.
Yeah, two and young. So that's what's good about them too. Young, local talent for most part. Olivia's a great recruit to get into the town. From,
of course, an American Southeast Missouri State University, first overseas contract, 16 points averaging this season. And you spoke about Georgia Moore, represented Australia in 2017 under-17s world champ. So pretty important for all sides. Obviously, you want the top-end talent, but you want the homegrown stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what helps the crowds come in too. We want to see the locals.
Now, across for the other side of things, the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence, well, it's the best young talent. You're going to see 2 great games of basketball tonight because men or women, it is the best young talent we have going around. A couple of players to keep an eye on tonight. Lily Scanlon will be out there, 10 points averaging this year, including 3 rebounds and 69% from the free throw line. Paige Price is another one, 8 points her average for this year. And Adelaide Fuller in the number 9 jersey tonight. 3 players of plenty to keep an eye on for the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence tonight. Like I said, they come into the clash. They're yet to win, but they've been in a number of ball games so far this year and will back themselves a chance to win on the road against this Ballarat Rush side. And looking forward to the men's game later on. I had a look at your guys a few weeks ago back in Albury, back where I'm from, and how impressive that side was. So I can't wait to have a look at them again. They're very exciting in this competition, unbeaten so far.
Just a good across-the-board team that's well coached,
yeah,
and they're playing together.
Yeah, absolutely. They're they certainly were very impressive a few weeks ago up at the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre in Albury. We're not too far away from tip-off time tonight. It is Steve Murphy and Travis Hewish in commentary for this one. And I think we're going to tip, Travis, a pretty tight 4-quarter display this one. I don't think there's going to be a lot to separate these two sides, so certainly one to stay tuned and keep an eye out for as well. Bow's another one. Bao Sheila is in the big unit for Ballarat Rush. 12 points averaging this year. The Chinese Taipei play a 4th season, I believe, at Ballarat as well. So did like her a couple of weeks ago. She got in a little bit of foul trouble playing against the Southern Vale home, the Bandits, a couple of weeks ago. But apart from that, she was pretty impressive as well on that night, averaging 8 rebounds, one of the best in the competition. So she brings plenty to the table as well.
Yeah, Joy Burke.
Joy Burke.
That's her name.
Go with Joy Burke as well.
Go with Joy. That's what everyone will know her as.
So we're just about set to get on the way, of course, with the leagues around that with the import players. So that's why with obviously the 2 names, of course, for Joy. And we're not too far away from tip-off. Not a bad crowd sort of building, Travis, early on for the women's match. No doubt that'll pick up even further as we get into the main menu a bit later on, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing we do well in Ballarat is get crowds to our local sports.
So like we said, expect this one to be reasonably tight tonight between the Rush and the Centre of Excellence. some last-minute conversations. A couple of big outs too, actually, for the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence. One of those, Isabel Palmer, the captain. They'll be captained tonight by Eminopu, who will be in the number 5 tonight. But Isabel Palmer, quality player, had a really good season so far. 4 rebounds, couple of assists a game, 12 points. Will be definitely missed by the Centre of Excellence tonight. So players making their way out on the court. We've got Melbourne, Rees, Pryor, Fuller out there as well, Nopu. And now coming out on the court, Amore, Bow or Joy, if you will. Hackman out there as well. Taylor, liked her game a few weeks ago as well. She's having a very fine season as well. And in the number 9, Adelaide Fuller out there as well. So we're set for tip-off at the Minor Dome. Great to have your company. Sit back and enjoy what's going to be a fascinating contest. The Rush come up with it first. Hackman hands across to Amore, who takes it past halfway. Rush with the opening possession. Fuller to Hackman and around to Taylor. Now, Joy under the rim, puts it up. Can't get it to go. Comes down, Nopu. Can't come up with it. Hackman gets the rebound and the Rush get another possession. Amore drives inside the paint off the glass. Our opening points of the night go the way of Georgia Amore. Nice move there, Trav.
That it was. Something Georgia does really, really well, attack the glass.
So now the Centre of Excellence. Nopu passes around across. And now Fuller back. Nopu puts it up. Little jumper. And we're 2 points apiece. All square to start this one. Amore brings it back up court. I like to put the possession in Amore's hands a lot. Howell puts it up. Can't get it to go. Has a second crack. Draws the contact there against Rees and will go to the line for a couple of shots. So 2 points all squared up early on. We have our first player going to the line. So, from the line. Bow or Joy misses the first. Little nervous start for the Rush to take the lead again. 1 minute 1 into the opening term. It misses and the rebound comes down to Rees. No harm done for the Centre of Excellence. Melbourne quickly to Eminopu. Drives around Taylor and reverse layups good off the glass. And the Canberra side takes the lead for the first time tonight. Amore, a loose handle, loses possession across to Price. Centre of Excellence with the ball, Melbourne. Little nervy start by the Rush, it looks like, Travis, to start with. Fuller inside. Now, nice move here by Rees on the left. And it's a 6-0 run at the moment. Trying to be a little bit settled. Cochrane combining with Hackman. And now Joy for our Ballarat fans misses from the 3. Melbourne brings it down for the rebound and brings it up court. Melbourne drives under the basket. Nice move around to the right. And the Centre of Excellence have started this game very, very nicely. 8-2.
Everything through the paint for the Centre of Excellence at the moment, Steve.
Amore inside. Joy off the glass. And just hasn't been able to get it to go so far tonight. Price feeds across to Melbourne, who's on the right wing. Drives again underneath the hoop. Another reverse layup. And at the moment, just too easy to get in behind the defence around there in the corner. Near post causing plenty of problems. This is a 10-2 lead. A 10-0 run to the Centre of Excellence. Hackman. Look for her tonight. She'll play a prominent role. More for 3. The first one that's been put up tonight. Last touch will come off the Centre of Excellence. It'll be a Rush ball. And a timeout called. The Rush, they've seen enough. They need to settle things down. Trav, how do you see in the first couple of minutes?
Yeah, defense. Defense for the Ballarat Miners. Ballarat Rush, sorry. 4 buckets from the paint, 3 of them layups. It has been nice to see Ballarat, though, try and establish joy in the post. That'll open up things.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing, isn't it, as well? If a couple of those buckets drop, all of a sudden we're 10-6, 10-8.
Yes.
So
yeah, she's missed 3 layups already.
Yeah, but certainly
so she won't miss as many as them.
Yeah, certainly defensively, like you said, it's been really too easy. There hasn't been a lot of pressure put on the centre of excellence just going to the bucket. Being able to track in behind. So it's a fine start here, 10-2 to start the contest. Sitting in favour, Emma Nopu with 4 points, and Jade Melbourne with 4 leading the way there. If you have a look at that too, Travis, the shooting, like we just said, by the rush early on, hasn't been very low percentages.
Yeah, 1 for 6.
17%. The coaches have had a chat, back on court, the rush with the ball. Maybe to stop some momentum, the restart things. Taylor. Amor. Steps back, passes across. Underneath the hoop, putting up reverse Cochrane. Doesn't get it to go. Melbourne comes up with the ball. Melbourne across to Fuller, a little fumble, then steps off the glass, and another 2 points to the centre of excellence again inside the paint. Travis Hewish already alluding to that a couple of times tonight. It'll be a centre of excellence ball.
Hooking foul.
Offensive foul. And it looks like we're going to have a change here. Jenkins to find her way onto the floor, and taking a spell will be Laura Taylor. Fuller and Price to bring the ball up court. Comes off Joyce. It'll be inbound ball coming via the centre of excellence. Price to take it. Rees. Like that right wing attacking position so far tonight. Around hard against Jenkins on the right. Put it up there, Price couldn't get it to go. And charging up court, Cochrane fed across to Jenkins. Now and more, switches to the left inside the paint, almost loses the ball, spits back to the right, puts it up. Joy gets the rebound, and there's 2 points the rush so desperately needed. It ends a 12-0 run. To say the rush, the home side needed that, was an understatement. To start this game, 8-point lead, sitting to Fuller, and the centre of excellence. Fuller's bucket misses. Hackman up with a rebound across to Jenkins. Up on the left wing, out wide. Amor for 3. Stepped out, so it'll be, wouldn't have counted in any case. Centre of excellence ball. A couple of changes here. Scanlon comes into the game. Look for her, Lily Scanlon. Very quality player. Has the ball as we speak. 10 points averaging for this year and 3 rebounds. Adelaide Fuller. Emma Nopu out wide. Price for 3. Centre of excellence first look at a wide open shot. Emma Nopu comes up with the offensive rebound. Out wide. Scanlon against the Moore. Drives inside the paint. Doesn't get it to go. Cochrane with the rebound. The rush quickly up court. More. Jenkins wide open for 3 for the rush. That'll get the crowd to their feet. Great shot. And a little run of their own as Fuller puts up the jumper. Hackman comes down with it again, and all of a sudden the rush had their teeth into this one, Trav.
Yep, forcing them to shoot the ball outside of the paint. They've now missed 3 in a row.
And nice little move here underneath the rim by Blower. Turn back to the right.
Clear strategy by the rush here to get the feed inside, make the most of their post presence.
7-0 run. Page almost stripped of it. Out wide, Price wide open for the 3 as a response. Centre of excellence Not shooting too well from there, and Fuller draws the foul and will go to the line there against Claire Blower. So a nice little swing in momentum here for the home side. Certainly Georgia O'More seems... She's the one causing... Looks most likely, certainly offensively, for the Rush at the moment, taking the ball down. Adelaide Fuller doesn't get the first bucket to go. Going at 86% from the free throw line this season, Adelaide Fuller. Just wait for the towel to come out. It's 9-12. And Fuller can't get the second to go either. Nopu almost tips in, and eventually it comes off the hands of Millie Pryor, and it's out for a Rush ball. Cochran from the baseline. Changes being swung plenty here. Sarah Rose Smith finds herself on floor for the first time tonight. For the Canberra-based side, the centre of excellence. There's a Rush bringing up court, trailing by 3. 4:16 remaining in the opening term here from the Minor Dome. Jenkins, loose carry, comes back inside of the right, out wide. Nice move to Cochran. Mid-range jumper is good.
Wonderful pop there by Cochran.
Now the centre of excellence, Page, back across, nice move underneath. Well, can't get it up there was King Awia. Kobe King Awia just missed the layup, but they'll get the ball back, centre of excellence. King Awia back across now, Smith. Scanlon, nice move around to Moore. Wide open is Emma Nopu for 3 off the rim. And another rebound comes up to Hackman. She's doing well down the defensive end tonight. Jenkins for 3, puts it up, was guarded. Emma Nopu with a rebound to Scanlon. And Scanlon pulls up, guarded by Moore. There's a chance for Smith, drives hard to the bucket. And a foul, offensive foul called on Smith, and the Rush will get the ball back.
Jenkins putting her body on the line there, stepping up to help on the drive.
Just quietly, it's a 9-0 run too, Travis, at the moment, to the Rush. It's a whole new ball game from what it was in the opening 3 minutes.
On the back of blocking off the paint, playing defense.
Travis Hewish on special comments tonight. Constable. Jenkins. Hackman wants a screen, gets a screen, and draws the contact. Doesn't make the bucket, but it won't matter. We'll go to the line for a couple of shots. Olivia Hackman, I said in the pre-match, I really do like Olivia. Offers plenty. And can run pretty hot from the three-point line as well. No, well, I was going to say no problems with the first, but it has a 360, goes out. Both sides from free throw line struggling tonight. And as a matter of fact, as I speak, Travis, that'll be our first tonight.
It's the first one.
Melbourne, Scanlon, now Smith, and Price just through her fingers. And Constable brings it up court, Hackman. Back across, Cochran, Jenkins. Jenkins, back wide, Constable for 3. Nice shot. A little room to move with, was very confident and put up a big bucket to take back the lead. 15-12, 2:20 remaining in the opening term. And drawing some contact here is Pryor. Gets the bucket to go as well, and we'll go to the line to square things up again.
Yeah, Constable not just owning the paint there, and Pryor with a nice little up and under move for the easy.
Millie Pryor. New South Wales Metro girl from Manly. On the 15's Australian team she was in. Makes the bucket. We're 15 apiece. Good game, this one. Jenkins. Hackman. Drives around. Mid-range jumper. Just short. Melbourne comes up with a rebound for the centre of excellence. Drives hard up the floor. Gets inside the paint. A little strong. And the last touch comes off the rush. It'll be a centre of excellence ball. As Joy checks back into the game. Good little cameo performance there by Claire Blower. She checks out. That brings Rees back on the floor as well to accommodate for Joy. Now Rees around Joy on the left, draws the contact. And
Lost
we'll go to
communication there, Steve, between Jenkins and Joy. Rees comes out with it, gets the open pass and an easy drive.
So, Rees, first one misses. Both sides tonight. Travis, I'll get you to give those free throw stats in just a moment after this shot, because both sides really struggling from the line. That one counts. How's both sides featuring there?
2 for 5 now for the centre of excellence and 1 for 4 for the rush. Both teams getting there in the first quarter, but just not being able to finish off.
Inbound ball for the rush. 1 point, the current lead centre of excellence have it. And a foul called, so the rush will get the ball once more. We have 1:42 remaining in the opening term, 16 on the shot clock. The rush will have the ball through Taylor. Entertaining opening term, Jenkins. End-to-end basketball. Hackman. Foul called. This time it's going to be called against Kobe King Hawera, I think it is.
They're very aware of her mismatch there with Cochrane inside, trying to get in front. Can't body up with her.
It's a huge mismatch.
Huge.
Cochrane finds herself at the line as we speak. 1:37 remaining, and it continues. It's catching on right across the floor tonight. Second one goes. Still yet to have a player sink both. Cochrane gets her scoring going. Melbourne gets a screen from Rees. Tries to go back to Rees. I'm not sure she was expecting it. Hackman quickly down the floor. Drives inside the paint. Puts it up off the glass. Nice move, but rebound to King Hawea. King Hawea brings it up court. Looks for Melbourne. She's open, but doesn't want to take the shot. Constable guarding her. Price. King Hawea almost loses it. Hackman went down. King Hawea steps in for 2 and doesn't get it to go. There's a call, a foul called, and it's being called against the rush here. No,
Against Rees.
Against Rees, yeah. Is it? So it's gone against. Jenkins just checking her eye there. I must admit, I didn't see it off the ball there.
The 2 bigs for both sides are in foul already, 2 fouls. Joy sitting on the bench again for the second foul. That'll play a part.
So Taylor. In the bonus, the rush. Jenkins actually taking a spell now, was clutching her eye and looks a little distressed as she goes to the end of the bench. Laura Taylor. And it continues, Trav. It continues. Cannot get the ball to go from the line tonight. Laura Taylor averaging 6 points this year and misses both. Wow.
2 for 7 now, Steve.
King Hawea comes up court, passes back across to Fuller. Adelaide Fuller to Scanlon. Scanlon thought about the 2 drives, hard to the paint, and a nice block there by Hackman. It goes out, but it'll be centre of excellence ball, but nice defensive work by the Rush.
Yeah, Millie Cracknell's on-ball D there was fantastic.
King-Aware, who's been prominent since coming on. Scanlon steps back for the jumper. And last touch off the centre of excellence goes out of Pryor. It'll be a Rush ball. Up the floor now, Cracknell. Against Scanlon. Cracknell goes down. Well, taken away. Stolen away, though. Scanlon feeds to King-Aware. An easy layup there. Nice move by the centre of excellence to get that ball back. Taylor getting a little physical. Hackman drives. We've got 13 seconds remaining and a travel called. Centre of excellence will get the ball back. 13 on the clock. They lead by 2, the visitors.
Just a little bit too much dribble. 2 ends in a row for the Rush. Resulting in turnovers.
So centre of excellence in a good position to lead at quarter time here. Melbourne down to 4 seconds. Melbourne to have the last shot, drives to the paint, puts it up off the glass. It doesn't go, and that's how we end in the opening term for the Minor Dome. The home side, the Ballarat Rush, started very slow, gave a 10-point head start to their opponents, but they've got 16 on the board. They trail by 2, 18 to the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence. Travis, how did you see the opening term?
A massive difference in defence really clogged up that second half of that first quarter there. Centre of Excellence getting away with 13 points in the first 4 minutes, then only scored 5 for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, it was a definitely in a couple of different parts, wasn't it? Between the two. It was just almost like a nervous start in a lot of ways. Run us through some of those stats, Trav, for the opening term.
Yeah. Well, as we know, poor free throw shooting. 2 for 5 at 40% for the Centre of Excellence. 2 for 8 and 25% for the Rush. 6 for 16 in total field goal percentage. In total field goals with a 38% for the Rush, and 8 for 21 in 38% for the Centre of Excellence. One positive on the offensive end is the Rush are 2 for 5 and 40% from 3.
So there it is for the opening term. It is the Minor Dome tonight. Ballarat Rush hosting the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence. Stay tuned for a fascinating men's match a little bit later on between the Ballarat Miners, the all-conquering, the #1 side in the competition so far this year, unbeaten. They take on the Basketball Australia Excellence. Can the youngsters, can they topple what is just a supremely talented unit that's taking all before them so far in season 2019? Steve Murphy, Travis Hewish in commentary, as we're not too far away from starting the second stanza here. So that scoring lead is 4 points to Emma Nopu and Jade Melbourne, 4 points each, and Claire Constable on 3. So too Lucy Cochran on 3 as well, and Jenkins as well on 3 for the Rush. So we're almost set to get underway in the second. And it is the Canberra side, the Centre of Excellence, to start with the ball. This is with Pryor into Emma Nopu, and Hackman comes up with the ball. The Rush get their first possession of the second term. Amor started the scoring. Now wide the Constable, back to Amor, switches around to the right, passes to Hackman. Constable, Taylor, stripped of the ball there by Pryor. So Taylor to come back with it. A more for 3 for deep. A more ambitious, too ambitious. It'll be a centre of excellence ball. No scoring in the second so far. So quickly back up court. And Melbourne with the ball. Fuller passes across. So Price drives around to the right, where they had so much effect in the opening couple of minutes. Taylor quickly up inside the paint, tried to pass across, almost stripped away there and stolen by Price, but it goes out across the baseline for a rush ball.
It's a little bit too unselfish there by Laura. I would have liked to see a bit of a layup there.
Taylor, Hackman, there's a player down here, keep an eye on that. Hackman puts up the jumper and it goes down. Fuller a little gingy getting up, hopping on that left toe. Price with the ball. Price out wide, Amanopu had time initially but fumbled. Melbourne. Back across. And Pryor, a foul called on her by, against Joy, I think it is. So centre of excellence ball. Fuller out wide. Price puts up the 3, stepped out for the shot, comes down. Taylor with a rebound, passes to Amore and drives up court inside the paint. Jenkins quickly, Constable, nice move, rush for 3. That's the move of the night, Trav.
Yeah. Wonderful drive by Georgia. Beautiful pop-out pass there. And the hockey pass by Chase Jenkins.
Eminopu then throws it back. Jenkins drives up the floor, underneath the hoop, puts it up. Joy had it taken from her mitts and pushed out by Fuller for a rush ball. They lead by a point, the home side, 19-18.
Oh, Joy's got a big mismatch inside here. Can't feed it to her. There she is.
And more.
Too long. Took too long.
So centre of excellence back with the ball in their possession. Close, 1 point the margin. Both sides having their moments where they've gone on a little bit of a run. Ambitious Price for 3 and knocks it down. Left wide open from deep.
Sorry, mate. Lack of communication there on defense, left all open.
Taylor finds a more. Joy tries to go inside the Jenkins. Back. Joy drives underneath the hoop, back to the left. Rebound comes down to Fuller. Well, Amanopu wasn't expecting it. Jenkins out wide to Taylor for 3. (22-21) the Rush's way. Melbourne drives to the bucket for the centre of excellence out wide. Price the respond at the other end. Does an offensive rebound with Melbourne. Heminopu, Price, and contact drawn, which will go against Taylor. And another timeout called, so 22-21, 6:59 remaining in the second term. Who are some of our stats leaders there, Trav?
We've got Constable with those 2 threes with 6 points. We've got Nopu still on 4 and Melbourne still on 4. Melbourne has 4 rebounds. Hackman with 4 rebounds. Jenkins with 4 assists as well.
So 22-21. A couple of fouls against Ballarat in this second stanza. A couple of fouls across the board to a few players. Joy, one of those. So too Blower. And that's for the Rush. And on the other side of things, a couple of fouls going against Smith, the centre of excellence, and also going against Rees as well. Something for both sides to keep an eye on. No player at the moment, Trav's really setting the game alight. No one's really made it their own yet.
No, Nopu was very good in the first quarter, but it's kind of slowed down a little bit.
Talk about communication too. Melbourne left inside the paint on her own on that occasion. Inbound ball found her for 2, and the lead goes back to the visitors. Constable tries to turn it over. Joy against Emma Nopu, and Joy comes up with it. Jenkins out wide. Open here is Taylor for 3. Doesn't go. Jenkins steals the ball back and puts it up off the glass, and centre of excellence will get another crack at it. Well done, Jenkins, but stole the ball in a quick flash there. Melbourne now out to Pryor, and now Price. Price spins around to the right, puts it up, comes down. Constable gets the ball, swings it out for Jenkins. Taylor, that's for 2, puts up the jumper, comes down, taken by Price, who's been pretty prominent. One of the plays of the game so far. Emma Nopu drives hard. And a foul called. (22-23), 1-point centre of excellence lead. And more, I think it was there. Jenkins up court. Cochrane into Hackman, and now Joy. Jenkins playing to the tune of the music, misses. Comes down, taken away by Price. Starting to have an influence on this contest. Out wide, Eminopu back across. Finds Pryor, went inside to Scanlon, left then right. Nice move off the glass for 2. Increases the lead to 3.
Great back cut there by Scanlon.
.509 remain in the opening half here for the Minor Dome in Ballarat. Great to have your company, especially to our Canberra listeners tonight and watchers, I should say. Hackman puts it up. Joy with the offensive rebound. And foul called here. Angus Eminopu being called for the foul there for the centre of excellence. As Price checks out of the game, I reckon Price has been pretty good in this opening half.
Yeah, yes, she has. 5 rebounds there. That's been very handy.
Joy misses the first, and it's been a disease that's widespread across the court so far tonight from that line. Second one's good. And closes the margin to 2 with 4:56 remaining in the half. One thing the centre of excellence will do, they'll rotate the bench heavily, generally throughout both sides, men and women. Now, Scanlon for 3, puts it up, doesn't get it to go. And, well, Eminopu, offensive rebound. Out wide for King Hawea. King Hawea against the Moore. Smith tried to put a block on. King Hawea, nice move inside the paint for 2. Georgia Moore, who started our scoring tonight. Guarded by Scanlon. Jenkins, 5 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul called against Smith, which would be her 3rd personal tonight. So foul trouble for Sarah Rose Smith, and we'll go to the bench. Inbound ball with a rush. Jenkins, Hackman for three. Almost. Rebound comes down to Cochrane. Inside, nice move, blow up. Misses the layup. Jenkins with an offensive rebound again. Draws the contact, can't get it to go, but will find herself at the line.
Both teams really struggling to put the ball in the hole. 27% for the Rush, 40 for the Centre of Excellence.
It's going to be the difference in this game. Whichever side can increase that. Could skip away with a handy lead here, to be truthful, the way the game's going. Jenkins. Hello. Hello. We've dropped the first one in. That can be all it takes. And for the first time tonight, a couple of buckets. I don't believe it, Trav.
2 in a row.
2 in a row. Very nice. And just for that, Jenkins can take a spell on the bench. Annie Collins checks into the contest tonight. Lily Scanlon brings it up the floor. Past halfway and gives to Melbourne. And Minopu, the captain tonight, drives nicely the old 1-2 with Melbourne. And a foul called. It'll be a rush ball. Foul's going against number 9, Adelaide Fuller there.
But again, Steve, an easy drive into the lane for a layup. Just Cochrane's size. I don't foresee that they're going to continue to shoot this poorly.
Again, the Centre of Excellence finding themselves in foul trouble here. So with a bonus, Hackman converts. Olivia Hackman to tie the game up now. And does exactly that. I think the drought is over. Twice in a row now, Jenkins and now Hackman.
So the Rush do a bit of full court D, see if they can take it out of their offense.
Melbourne steps around her more, and no one inside the paint to guard her, but, well, I was going to say it won't matter. Rush come up with it, but they don't. Melbourne does. King-Awea. Melbourne. Fuller. King-Awea for three. Open, and it's good. 3 points to the Centre of Excellence. That's their lead. Nice shot. Hackman. And Centre of Excellence get the ball back there. Collins, a bit of a loose pass. Scanlon with the ball. Scanlon again drives in the paint. Straight up the lane again. And almost steals the ball straight back. Doesn't. And more. Some body contact. And will be called for the foul here against the Centre of Excellence. Against Scanlon. And more to go to the line. Again, Centre of Excellence tried finding their way up the lane rather easily.
Yeah, really struggling with that high post player. The Rush having to help off a little bit every time they catch that.
Amor gets the first, not the second. Eminopu gives to Scanlon. Drives hard underneath the bucket. And off the glass for 2 points. 6 points now the lead. Their biggest since early stages of the match for the Centre of Excellence. Amor to Cochrane. The 2 9s opposed to one another. This is Blower. Hackman inside the paint, puts up the jumper, draws the contact against Eminopu. We'll go to the line. That's Eminopu's second personal of the night. And another timeout called here. So our scoring leaders at the moment, Constable with 6 points, Jenkins with 5 and 3 to Joy for the Ballarat Rush, the home side. And for the visitors, the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence, well, it's Kobe King-Awea on 7, Jade Melbourne and Lily Scanlon both with 6 points so far tonight. In terms of rebounds, Olivia Hackman has 6, so too Jade Melbourne, and the assists, Jenkins with 4, and Adelaide Fuller with a couple alongside with Jade Melbourne. So the Jenkins, the leading assist on the ground. As the crowd definitely begins to build. Now, it appears as though Claire Blower might have an injury here, Trav.
It looks like a bit of an ankle tweak.
Well, Pizio's asking her to do some runs along the baseline.
She's grabbing out the hammy. Doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't, judging by that conversation between the two. So keep an eye on that. Could be out of the game. So Claire Constable receiving some treatment over on the sidelines as Olivia Hackman goes to the line. First one is good. Olivia Hackman so far this year, 56% from the free throw line, 5 rebounds a game and averaging 16 points. Hackman misses a second. Nopu comes up with the ball. Emma Nopu. Kinga to Melbourne. And Kinga back. Emma Nopu out wide. Fuller is open for the little mid-range jumper for 2. Shot is good. That margin out to 7 now with under 2 to play.
Fantastic drive by Nopu on the feed there.
Cochrane. Collins. Joy. Hackman. Hackman puts it off the glass, gets her own rebound and misses a second as well. Comes back to Cochrane, offensive rebound. Inside, across. Now Hackman for 3, puts it up. Doesn't. Another one. No, Joy just fumbles it. Comes down to Lily Scanlon of the centre of excellence. Drives up to the left and off the glass for 2 with the left mitt. (29-38). It's an 8-0 run at the moment for the centre of excellence. A more stripped of the ball, stolen away by King Hawea. 53 seconds remain in the opening half. Scanlon against the Moore. Scanlon puts it up, draws the contact. Doesn't get it to go, but will go to the line for a couple of shots.
Scanlon finding it very easy to get into the paint.
So Scanlon goes to the line, 48 seconds remain and a bit of change in the opening half. Gets the first to go, makes it a 10-point ball game. And at the start of the game, they went on a 12-0 run. After the Rush got the first couple of points, they're currently on a 9-0 run. Second one no good, so Hackman out wide for Jenkins. Centre of excellence will get the ball back. Nice ball by Jenkins into Hackman.
Can't buy a bucket, the Rush.
Certainly can't at the moment. And the ball is out. It'll be a Rush ball, however. Referee's getting together. I fancy it will be a Rush ball, but we'll have to check this.
Oh, it looks like a foul.
Well, it will be a centre of excellence ball.
It's called over the shoulder on that rebound attempt by Hackman.
So with just 30 seconds remaining in the half, centre of excellence by 10. Lily Scanlon with the ball. Drives around to her left.
Big mismatch inside here.
Scanlon goes to King Hawea, guarded by Hackman. Gets a block there by Fuller, puts up the mid-range jumper. It's off the rim, no good. Jenkins drives around the left, around King Hawea. Up inside, 7 seconds left. 4 seconds left. 2 seconds and more, puts up the 3 on the buzzer and misses. As Hackman tries to end it with a couple of points. That is half-time here for the Minor Dome. And it is a 10-point lead, 39-29 to the visitors, the Centre of Excellence. Trav, have you seen the opening half?
Just no team can put a bucket in. No team can buy a bucket.
It's been that, just the percentages. Just run through for us, Trav, just before we go to the half-time break. Just some of those stats there, and it doesn't paint a pretty picture on the floor tonight.
No, Rush, 8 for 35 at 23% from field goal, but they're 4 for 13 now from the three-point line. 9 for 18 and 50% from free throw. 8 turnovers. They're behind, even with their big size, they're behind on the rebound, 26-27, Steve. And Basketball Australia, Centre of Excellence, 45%, 17 of 38 from inside. They're 15 for 30 from the paint, 50%. Ooh.
So it's certainly been a tough one. And just with the scoring, who are our two scoring leaders on the floor tonight for either side?
Yeah, Scanlon with a big quarter there. She's up to 9 now, and Constable's still the leading scorer for Ballarat with 6.
Well, we'll take a break here from the Minor Dome. It is the home side, the Ballarat Rush, 29. The Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence, 39. Back shortly with a big second half. Welcome back to the Minor Dome here in Ballarat. Great to have your company wherever you are listening right across the nation and around the world this evening. Two big games of basketball here. The Rush and the Centre of Excellence kicking things off prior to the Ballarat Miners, the #1 side in the competition, the NBL1 new competition this year. They will be taking on the young guns of Australia, the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence. But at the moment in the women's game, not too far away from tip-off in the second half. It's 29-39, 10 points the lead to the Centre of Excellence. It's been a fairly tight game throughout, but it was a late run of 9-0 to the Centre of Excellence that has blown the game out to that, well, mini sort of lead, I guess, of 10 points at the moment. Steve Murphy, and alongside me in commentary from Ballarat tonight is Travis Hewish. So great to have your company. Sit back and enjoy the next two quarters, because I can tell you, Trav, by what we can see from up here, it's just going to take one side to get their shooting range on fire, and this game's going to turn one way or the other. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So the buzzer almost to get us back out. This crowd is definitely built. Travis, your local knowledge definitely said that prior to the game that the crowd would build a little bit later on. They don't tend to come in too early, and they're certainly starting to come in their droves now. So it should be a healthy crowd for the Miners tonight to take on the Centre of Excellence. So we're not too far away from tip-off. And if you haven't had a chance and you are tuning in tonight and you haven't watched either of those sides by chance, Ballarat Miners or the Centre of Excellence, well worth watching. Talent aplenty out on the floor tonight in that men's game. Looking forward to it as the Rush start with the ball in the second half here. From the Minor Dome, Joy goes around to Amor. And now Taylor along the left-hand flank, out wide. Joy, not normally her go for three. It is for Amor, but top of the three and drops it in. What a way to start the second half, Trav.
All confidence in that shot, Georgia.
Starts much like she did to start the game with the opening points, albeit that was a 2. This is Fuller. Adelaide Fuller against Joy. Fuller up with a left mid. Comes back down. It'll come back. Offensive rebound back to Fuller. It'll be a Centre of Excellence ball.
Great D by Joy there. So.
Yeah, it was.
Great D.
Definitely was. Fuller did well to get the ball back the second time as well. Post to Cochrane. Now Price, who very impressed, comes off Price's foot. I was going to say very impressed in the opening half by her. Joy, quick ball across to Hackman, drives inside the paint, gets up, draws the contact. The foul goes against number 14, Millie Pryor, and Hackman will go to the line for a couple of shots. Well, this is what the Rush wanted. 9-0 run and that opening half, and they're about to go on a little mini run themselves, get their teeth right back into this one. Hackman drops it in. As I said before, 56% from this range so far this season. This is the second. Joy takes the ball, offensive rebound. Amor, can she do it again? No, she can't. It comes off the top of the backboard. It'll be Centre of Excellence ball.
Good offensive board by Joy. Would have liked to see her put that layup in.
Melbourne passes to Price. He's along the left wing here of the Minor Dome. Melbourne. Guarded by Moore. Melbourne across. Eminopu tried to go into Fuller. Joy was there. Almost stolen away there by Pryor, but a shot clock violation. And the Rush will get the ball back. Great defence there by the home team. Joy to take it. Sense a timeout coming possibly soon for the Centre of Excellence. A travel called against Taylor. A couple of times against the Rush tonight that's been called. .8:26 remain in the third. 6 points the lead to the white team, Centre of Excellence. This is Price for three off the rim. Hackman almost taken away. It is by Pryor. Drives inside the paint and draws the contact. And we'll go to the line. Great stuff there by Millie Pryor. So that'll be Cochrane's third personal tonight, Travis.
Yeah, with Joy with 2 as well. And it's looking like Blow is out for the game. She's not looking too good.
Still clutching at that. The first one goes down as well. Well, they haven't actually added up. Or maybe they were a bit quicker than I thought. So only a couple of fouls there up on the board against Cochrane. And both buckets go down for the centre of excellence through Pryor. Quickly up here, Amor. Tries to go inside. Comes off the foot, so it'll be a rush ball. Taylor.
Great screen by Amor there to set up Joy.
Joy underneath, reverse, puts it up, can't get it to go. Comes off the head of Emma Napu. Pryor. Jade Melbourne. Eminopu. Price puts it up. And last touch comes off the centre of excellence. It'll be the home team's ball, the rush. Amor to bring it up court. Georgia Amor. Takes on Melbourne, spins around to the right. Big block there by Eminopu. Rush will get the ball back, but Eminopu stamping her authority in the third term. (33-41), 8 points the margin to the visitors' centre of excellence.
And that's Joy's third.
And Joy in foul trouble here.
Really like Nopu's game.
Yeah.
Defensive energy, that block.
Centre of excellence back with a ball under 7.5 to play in the third. Steve Murphy, Travis Hewish in commentary tonight. Ball to come back to centre of excellence. Price to have it. Joy checks out of the game with 3 personals at the moment. Jenkins back in. Love, talk about energy. Jenkins, plenty of that in the second.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Back inside things. Lily Scanlon finds her way on the floor. And a player, Pryor, who's had a big effect in this third, just spending a bit of bench time. I really like Scanlon, but on the floor. It's a very, very promising youngster. Now, Eminopu out wide. Melbourne, I reckon for 3. Goes above the rim. Fuller's underneath. Gets an offensive rebound and then loses possession of the ball to Jenkins. The energy that we spoke about comes up beyond halfway. Jenkins, a rush, needing some buckets. Hackman. Jenkins. What can she provide? Amor. Takes on Melbourne. Gets to the paint. Looks for support. Underneath the post. Here's Hackman. Puts up a little hook. And it's good for 2. Nice team play by the Rush. Gets it back to a 6-point margin. Eminopu inside to Fuller. Guarded by Cochrane. Steps around easily. But just hits underneath the rim in the end. And Jenkins comes up with a steal. Then pickpocket away by Eminopu. Left mid off the glass for 2 points. Jenkins drives back up the floor. 35-43, 8 points the margin. Hackman with the ball. Rush controlling possession. Taylor for 3. And it'll be a centre of excellence ball, top of the backboard.
I'd really like to see the Rush get some entry into the paint, whether that's through the pass. Make the most of your size that you've got.
And timeout called here. Time for the coaches to talk it over. 35-43, 6:11 remain in the third quarter here for the Minor Dome in favour of the visitors. Trav, talk us through some of those stats.
Yeah, both teams. Turnovers has been a massive key. 11 turnovers for the Rush, 12 for the Centre of Excellence. We've got... Oh, the shooting has continued to be poor. We've still got 24% on 10 of 41 for the Rush. And the Centre of Excellence at 40% with 18 of 45 from field goal.
Is that... Do you think it's a pressure or a defensive thing out there in terms of the shooting? Do you think... Because... There's been a number of players with a wide open look at it by the same token, hasn't there? There's been some shots missed, that even layups missed so far tonight.
Yeah, I think that the two towers for the Rush have really put off the Centre of Excellence a little bit, and forcing to try and do a few hook shots and fading away a little bit. Shot has been good. She's just been unable to put the ball in the hole at the moment. But and Jenkins.
We're going to stick with Lily Scanlon for the Centre of Excellence. He's leading their way with 9 points at the moment. Looks good. Rees with the ball inside the paint. Puts it up with a left mitt. Doesn't get it to go. Cochrane did nicely, but then just lost possession. Jenkins again. That defensive pressure out wide for Amore. Inside, out wide. Taylor's open. Gives to Hackman. Steps in the paint. Underneath the Cochrane. That's a team move at its best. Play of the night so far.
A wonderfully unselfish play there by the Rush. 3 extra passes there. Giving up good for great shots.
That's a team working in sync. If you want to know, there's a bit on the line for these. King Hawi puts up the 3. Doesn't get it to go. Comes down. Rebound with Scanlon. And Jenkins again comes up with it out wide to Amore. I'll get back to that shortly. Amore out wide. Hackman for 3 for the Rush. Hello, Olivia Hackman drops it down. A big bucket. And the margin drops back to 3. 5:07 remaining in the third.
With our first double scorer too, Steve.
Scanlon responds at the other end but draws the contact. Sorry, Trav.
First double-digit scorer in Hackman. Scanlon should go above here too. That was a nice drive by Scanlon. She's been tough to guard off the perimeter. We've really struggled with her.
Well, Trav, you mentioned Olivia Hackman, and she stepped up straight away after you mentioned it for a big bucket of 3. That 9-point halftime lead has been cut back to, well, 10-point, halftime lead has been cut back to just 3 at the moment. It's 11-4 in this term. The Rush having the better of it, but Lily Scanlon goes to the line, and she can join Hackman on 10 points. And that's how it pans out. Drops the first bucket off the back of the rim. Lily Scanlon makes it 2 from 2. Margin back out to 5. Leader on the floor tonight, Lily Scanlon, as Jenkins is guarded by that lady. Hackman mid-range jumper, misses. Eminopu comes up with a rebound. Out wide, open is Scanlon for 3. Hackman comes up with a defensive rebound for the Rush and gives to Jenkins. Along the left wing, out wide for Amore. Hackman, Jenkins. Hasn't Jenkins stepped up in the second and third tonight? Cochrane, Amore for 3. Didn't think about it, put up the shot. Jenkins steps around Eminopu, doesn't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Jenkins, wonderful move off the glass
player
for 2.
on the floor, gets 2 offensive boards in a row.
Jenkins bringing plenty to the table tonight. This crowd starting to feel it. Kobe Kingawi got involved, so too Rees. Now Scanlon inside the paint against Amore. Eminopu flicks it out wide. Melbourne drives against Constable. Hard move to the bucket. And Jenkins again with this energy in the defensive end. Takes the ball out wide for Constable. Jenkins starting to turn momentum in this game. Georgia Amore. Hackman out wide across the Constable. Gets a screen by Hackman. Jenkins inside and beats the shot clock. 2 points goes down to Cochrane. Margin back to 1. Quickly across to Scanlon inside the key. Guarded by Moore, back to Rees, drives against Cochrane. Big block by Cochrane, ball comes up with a Moore. Rush with a bit of momentum. Foul called against Kobe Kingawi. It hasn't this game swung around, Trav, sorry.
Yeah, it has, on the back of transition. Picking up the pace, getting the ball up the floor. Jenkins definitely improved the momentum with that pace push.
Jenkins and Hackman. Combination tonight.
Hackman only 1 rebound away from a double-double tonight.
Huge contributor on the floor.
Jenkins currently filling the sheets. 7, 6 boards and 5 assists.
This is Hackman again for 3, and the Rush lead for the first time since the second. 46-45. Kobe Kingawi, who's been one of the centre of excellence best, out to Rees, looks for Scanlon. Their point scorer goes around to the left and stripped of the ball there.
Good help D by Cochrane there. Scanlon attacking the paint. Been fantastic.
Centre of excellence, ball back in. Across, well, Jenkins just pickpockets away from Pryor up the floor to Hackman against Scanlon. Tried to feed back across inside the Collins, but turnover. Here's Smith. He's had a bit of foul trouble tonight. Scanlon goes out wide across to Price, and now Smith. Scanlon drives on the left, takes on Collins, hits Collins' foot, gets the ball back, looks for a feed, does that to Smith. Back across to Price. Takes on Hackman. Price puts up for 2. Misses. Rebound with guess who? Jenkins.
7 boards for a little point guard.
Oh. She's dynamite across the floor tonight. Collins, Jenkins, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Do not tell me. 4-point lead to the Rush.
The back of a 9-0 scoring run, Steve.
9-0, thanks Trav. Smith tries to break that, doesn't get it to go. Comes back with her own rebound. Kingawi back across to Scanlon. Inside, Smith feeds across. Well, Pryor, don't think was expecting it. Out wide, heavily guarded. Kingawi puts up the mid-range jumper for 2, misses. Rebound comes down to the Rush and Cochrane, who feeds to Jenkins.
It was a good look by Hawaii.
Hackman for 2. The Rush can't miss.
She's feeling it.
51-45, the timeout called. Centre of excellence want to talk it over. 104 remaining in the third, and the Minor Dome has come to life.
Hackman with 6 points this quarter. She's now at 14.
All of a sudden, those percentages, Trav, are starting to go skywards. They were as low at one point, I think, as 15 or 17% on the field goals. They're up to 33.
Yes. Big thing that's helped them is those 7 threes.
Yeah.
That's really helped. 7 for 19 at 37% for the 3-point line. It's really helped them particularly get back in this game in this third quarter.
11-0 run now as well. 107 remaining. And it's had that bit of a feel about it. Both sides have had their moments with momentum, that 2 or 3 minutes even with that momentum, been able to put some scores on, and then the other side's come back, and then it's just been, you know, a good 7 or 8 minute period where it's just a tug of war between the two.
Yeah, it's really just been on the runs, hasn't it?
Yeah, yep. NBL1 action. I tried to speak about during the quarter. Don't make no mistake, this is huge for both these clubs. Ballarat sitting 16th on the ladder, 1 win from their opening 6 games, and the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence, well, they're bottom, haven't won from their opening 9 games, so it will mean a lot to both sides. I can't see it not going down to the wire tonight. Kobe Kingawi passes. Smith just took her eye, spent it before she had it, so to speak, and it goes out. And they just need a bucket. Just need a bucket or 2 to settle their nerves here, the Centre of Excellence. Just settle themselves down because the momentum is all with the home team at the moment. Jenkins and Hackman providing plenty of highlights. Constable, Hackman, heavily guarded by Smith. Hackman drives under. The reverse layup is good, and Hackman is the hot player on the floor so far now tonight. Price. Smith. Well, Hackman almost stole it away. She's doing everything else. Why not? I'm like Kobe King-Aware tonight. Scanlon tried behind the back, almost lost it, got it back. 2 seconds left. Smith puts up the shot, comes off the rim and back down. 8 seconds left in the period. This is Scanlon, centre of excellence, to get the last shot. Kobe King-Aware for 2. They need it, doesn't. Underneath the hoop, Price makes it count right on the buzzer. And the centre of excellence needed that. We end the third term. And the Rush have turned around a 10-point halftime deficit to lead by 6 going into the final change, Trav.
Yes, absolutely. On the back of some good defense by the Rush to really push it out there, and then hitting those 4 threes in that quarter has really helped. Hackman and Jenkins single-handedly carrying the Rush at the moment.
Might run through some of those stats from top to bottom, Trav, while we wait for the players to come out for the final stanza. Yeah, we'll start with the Rush. So that Rush are 18 for 52 at 35% from the field goal. That's 7 for 19 from the three-point line at 37%. Still poor free throw shooting at 10 for 20. It's 50%. They've got 38 rebounds, losing that count with 40 from the Basketball Australia. We have 12 turnovers, 14 assists, 11 steals for the Basketball Australia. They're slowly very quickly dipping, 34% from the field goal now. They are leading the offensive runs with 17 boards, 40 rebounds, all up to 15 turnovers. Scoring leaders, we've got Hackman with 16, Scanlon with 11 other leaders, and Hackman still just that 1 board off a double-double. Some sort of game by Olivia Hackman she's putting together tonight. Southeast Missouri State University import player, 16 points averaging coming into this game, and that is what she has to three-quarter time. So very impressive. And Lily Scanlon, we've spoken about her so much. Well, she averaged 10 points coming in tonight, and she also has bettered that so far to the break with 11. Hackman, 5 rebounds is her average this year, so that's only going to go up, putting together a very nice game. Cochrane's probably been underrated a little bit tonight. 7 boards for her.
Yep, on 7 points as well.
And Angus Emma Nopu has been pretty impressive as well out on the floor. Like you said, with 6 points tonight and 6 rebounds. Can't do a whole lot. Also has an assist just for good measure as well. So the final quarter is upon us here at the Minor Dome. Stay with us because it has been a topsy-turvy evening so far between these two sides. The lead has changed in basically every quarter of the contest so far. It's a 6-point advantage to the Rush, but it's a 16-point turnaround since quarter time because they trailed by 10. It was 24-8 third period there. So really offensively, the Centre of Excellence struggling to get their game going as a Rush start with the ball, and it's that combination again. That lethal combination tonight of Hackman and Jenkins who start with it. Hackman. Collins inside to Hackman, taken away from her. And this is Smith with the ball across to Scanlon. I think it's almost imperative they can get the first bucket here at the Centre of Excellence. They got the last, and Price puts it off the glass, doesn't get it to go. Cochrane with her 8th rebound of the night. Jenkins. Constable drives inside for 2 and then comes back outside 3. Cochrane. Constable, ambitious deep for 3, comes off the rim. Jenkins can't keep it alive. It'll be a Centre of Excellence, the visitors' ball. Home of the Ballarat Miners and the Ballarat Rush tonight here in Ballarat. The Rush and the women looking for their second win. The Centre of Excellence their first as Scanlon goes to the bucket and drops in another 2. Takes her total to 13 for the night. 9 minutes remain in the match.
Scanlon's ability to get to the ring. Again, Rush can't keep her in front.
4 points the margin, home team lead. Cochrane out to Jenkins, steps around Smith, puts the ball out wide. Collins back for Jenkins. Drives inside the paint. Jenkins, nice move for 2 more points. Takes her to 12 for the game. Or in fact, yes, 12 for the game. Scanlon into Fuller, back to Scanlon, puts it up, blocked by Cochran. Scanlon goes low, grabs the ball, and it will be a centre of excellence ball. Good hustle by Scanlon. Jenkins checks out, but Georgia Amor checks in. Not losing a whole heap there. Georgia Amor, quality player. Price has it, 55-49, 8:23 remain in the match. There is another change. Taylor checks in for Collins. Price with the ball. Well, Scanlon for two, off the rim. Rebound comes down to Amor. Not sure if she meant it or not, but a flick beyond the pass, across to Constable. Back to Amor. Party tricks. Hackman out wide. Constable's wide open for three. Scanlon with a rebound. Centre of excellence, what can they do here with Lily Scanlon? Price, Smith, Sarah Rose Smith off the side of the backboard. Amor drives hard, looks for Constable out wide, feeds her the ball. Hackman, Taylor. Around to the left against Fuller. Reverse layup she attempted.
Great D by Fuller, pushing her under behind the backboard, forcing a tough shot.
Price, Smith, open for three. Sarah Rose Smith off the backboard, doesn't go. Rebound to Taylor. The rush come up with a Constable. Fed the ball along the right-hand side of the floor. Amor to Hackman, Taylor. Inside, were blocked by Price, couldn't get it back. Hackman back to Taylor, open for three for the rush. Rebound comes with Sarah Rose Smith, and she's fouled by Laura Taylor. So double whammy for Taylor, missing the bucket and then getting the foul. And the centre of excellence. Eminopu to come up with the ball. 7 minutes and 7 seconds remain. 6 points the current margin, the way of the rush. You sense this one has a few chapters still to tell in the book. Eminopu into Price, heavily guarded. And Joy gets the rebound, draws the contact and foul as well. And it's going to go against Eminopu, her fourth personal of the night, Trav.
Yes, on the back of Joy's, just a little bit scared to get blocked there, having a fade away there.
Well, they're actually ahead of me. It is only 3 personals for Eminopu. So 3 personals. Taylor, Joy. And more in the corner, guarded by Melbourne and Scanlon. It'll be a rush ball. Taylor to have it. Both sides struggling to put the ball in the hoop to start the final period. Now, this is a more for 3, short. Eminopu drives up the floor inside. Goes on the left, out wide to Fuller. Swings it out to Price, back to Fuller. A little mid-range shot for 2. Well, great take there by Eminopu. Draws the contact as well. 3-point play possibly coming up.
It's a workhorse. I really like this girl. Just works hard.
Well, (55-51), 4 points the margin. This to bring it back to 3. Centre of excellence needed to start making something. Minopu, it's good. And does cut the margin back to 3. Jenkins brings up the floor, one of the best players tonight. Joy feeds across to Amore, back to Taylor. Now Jenkins again, drives hard against Price, back to Joy. Now Amore, inside for Joy, snuck in behind Reeves, off the glass. Rush again, working in sync.
Simple motion offense, pass and cut.
Scanlon and Amore. What a jewel that is. Left mid. Around to Eminopu, drives hard, and the captain tries to go off with the glass, but Joy takes the rebound. Jenkins steps out. It'll be a centre of excellence ball. A couple of simple mistakes tonight for both sides at either end of the floor. It's handed possession back to their opponents rather easily. Reese to Scanlon. They're going to get over the line. You sense it's going to be a lot on the back of her, the way the game's panning out. Melbourne, mid-range jumper is good. Nothing but net. Nice shot. Margin back to 3. Amore brings it up court past halfway. Feeds across to Amore. Joy. Jenkins drives against Scanlon. Gets just outside of the paint. Melbourne guards nicely. Now Joy. Amore almost taken from Scanlon. Good hustle by her to get to the top of that key. And now inside, Amore off the glass. Joy with the offensive rebound, draws the contact. No bucket, but we'll go to the line for a couple of shots.
Great drive by Georgia, having to get Rees to come out and help, which allows Burke to be unguarded for the offensive board.
Lily Scanlon's 3rd personal tonight. Could be another twist in the tail if Scanlon was to foul again. Now. Joy knocks it in. Joy, or a Chinese Taipei name, Bo Sheila. In for another point, and just a little steadying couple of buckets there for the Rush. They lead by 5 with 5 minutes to go in the game, and still, Trav, we're no closer to figuring out who gets the W in this one.
No, it doesn't look like it. It's going to be down to the wire.
Percentages all hovering around 30 for both sides now. Lily Scanlon drives to the paint out wide. Well, Kobe, King Hawea puts up the shot. I think it was for 2. Fuller gets the rebound, puts it up, doesn't get it to go, comes back down. Rebound with Jenkins across to Hackman.
Really got to start making some buckets inside that paint, centre of excellence.
Talk about pain and more drives underneath, out wide. Jenkins for 3 and gets it in. Janice Jenkins, big 3-pointer there. Kobe King-Aware almost loses it. Hackman, big hustle. And the Rush come up with the ball. In fact, they won't. It'll be the centre of excellence.
Jenkins with 15 now. 8 boards, 5 assists. Filling the stats.
Another timeout here. Trav, we might run through those stats again.
Yeah, well, we've still got 21 from 61 from field goal for the Rush. 8 of 24 at the 3 from the 3-point line at 33%. We've got the centre of excellence at 32%. Just really struggling to put the ball in the hole. It's really hurting. 14% from the 3-point line. We've got 15 turnovers for the centre of excellence with 14 turnovers, and that's the story of the game here for both teams, really. Scoring leaders is still Hackman with 16. Jenkins has 15. Scanlon for the centre of excellence has 13. Fuller for the centre of excellence has 10 boards. Hackman still on that 1 more board for a double-double. Cochran and Jenkins have pushed up to 8 each. And Georgia Moore now has 6 assists.
That's Travis Hewish on NBL1 YouTube action tonight. Great to have your company wherever you are listening. Steve Murphy alongside him in commentary tonight. That margin, 8 points to the Rush, 62-54. They were down by as much as 10 in this game, 10 at half time. The Rush, they've turned that around big time in the second half. And now, closing in on a second victory of the season with 4:20 remaining, but the Centre of Excellence, they're far from out of this one, far from out of it. You sense a lot more to come in this contest. Let's hope the men's game's as close as this tonight. Rees, Scanlon, Fuller, Melbourne. Now, Kingawea. Kobe Kingawea puts it up. Comes down to Joy. The rebound to Jenkins. Guarded by Kingawea. Hackman against Scanlon. The two stars of the show tonight. Rees comes up with a rebound. Important stop for the Centre of Excellence. 3:48 remain in the game. 8 points the home side lead. Scanlon with the ball. Centre of Excellence with the ball. And now Melbourne with it, gives to Rees. Rees around Joy, steps inside the paint, blocked. Wonderful block there by Cochrane. Joy lost the ball back to Rees. Good hustle by Jenkins. And it'll end up being a rush ball.
And who's the one on the floor down there, Steve? Jenkins again.
It's a toss-up for their best player tonight, Jenkins or Hackman. Jenkins against Melbourne. They need to stop here, the Centre of Excellence. Jenkins for another three off the rim, comes down. Rees gets the rebound. Hands off to Melbourne. 3:09 remain. The Centre of Excellence have got to start making some buckets. Melbourne has the ball. They've shot terribly from three tonight. Maybe it's an avenue they might be able to pull something from late. This is Adelaide Fuller outside. Rees puts up two, doesn't get it to go, and it comes back down again. Joy taps it across to Jenkins. Rush back up the floor. Almost fouled by Kingawea. Back across Cochrane. Gives to Amor. Steps inside the paint against Melbourne. Back across. Joy puts it off the glass for two. The margin goes to 10. 2:36 in the game remain. Centre of Excellence with the ball with Scanlon. Need a response, loses possession, bobs around a bit, comes up with a rush. Joy feeds across to Jenkins, and this one's starting to slip away from the Centre of Excellence. Jenkins drives inside the paint, puts it up, across Cochrane. Across again, a bit of an air ball, comes down to Joy, pulled to the arm by Rees, the foul. Joy will go to the line, Rees gets the personal.
The wonderful hustle leadership there by Joy, making sure she gets that rebound. That gives her 10 boards for the game now, too. She makes a one of these free throws and she'll be our first for a double-double.
Couple of shots to come to make it a 12-point ball game, which is a massive lead given the context of this game so far tonight. Both sides offensively have had their struggles. Timeout called. The coaches want to talk it over as we have 2:09 remaining in the match. Couple of fouls this quarter to Ballarat, 3 to the Centre of Excellence, 64-54. 10 points that buffer. Olivia Hackman, 16 points, Jenkins 15, and 9 to Joy for the home team, 13 to Scanlon. Eminopu with 9 and Melbourne with 8 for the visitors so far tonight. Grandstand has filled almost to capacity. Still a few empty seats, but has filled up remarkably well since the start of this game. Offensively, they've got to find a bucket. They've got to get something to get them going in the Centre of Excellence. Can you see the Centre of Excellence getting back into this one, Trav?
No, not the way they've been shooting, Steve. Not the...
Well, plenty of questions asked. I mean, we keep saying Scanlon's probably the obvious one, but Eminopu looks likely as well. But the player that could really step up here is I've really liked Price throughout the course of the game. Paige Price, I reckon, has been pretty good throughout the course of the match. And she looks one likely she could bob up at the end with a few points and caused a late stir in this one as Joy goes to the line. Hasn't been her best spot this throughout tonight, but for the season it has been. She was shooting at 90% coming into tonight. So normally from this range, pretty reliable. Joy get both buckets. Second one had a bow peep, but lands. And the margin at 12 for the Rush, and plenty to do for the Centre of Excellence. Well, Price just spoke about her. Off the glass, doesn't go. Joy comes up the rebound. Eminopu almost steals it, but it'll be a Rush ball. Just cannot get a bucket to go tonight, the Centre of Excellence.
No, shooting out 30%.
Both sides not great. Field goal percentage tonight, as Jenkins nearly loses the ball. Everything else has been clinical by her tonight. Hackman, Jenkins, Joy. 3 seconds on the shot clock taken away by Fuller. Gives to Melbourne. Up the floor, takes on a more. Can Melbourne, flicks back, Eminopu. Well, charging foul called against Melbourne. Everything going the home side's way now.
Yeah, Jenkins again, just putting her body on the line.
Offensive foul. And again, the Centre of Excellence getting into bonus territory. 1:30 remain in the match, 12 points to make up. This one's really just about gone for the Centre of Excellence. They're going to need something exceptional from here to get up. It's been a big second half by the Rush to turn that 10-point margin around and really dominated, particularly in that third term. Outscored their opponents by 16 to set this up. Jenkins, Hackman steps inside. Cochrane around to a more, drives against Price out wide. Jenkins, Hackman for three to just about seal it. Comes off the rim and Price comes up with it. What can the Centre of Excellence do? Price drives hard against the Moore, who goes to the floor, and he's called for the foul. .12 points. Centre of Excellence is going to need a three here. Rees looks outside, gives to Melbourne. Around Hackman, Melbourne thinks about it, now drives hard under the rim, off the glass, doesn't go. Joy comes up with a rebound. She's been big late in this contest, loses the ball as I speak. The commentators curse. Rees comes up with it. Hackman underneath the rim, a whistle. It'll be a Rush ball. .48 seconds remain, or 48.6 on the clock. And it is the bonus for Ballarat. Travis, virtually safe to say they've done enough to get their second win of the night, of the season for the Ballarat Rush.
Yeah, on the back of Jenkins and Hackman in this second half, been absolutely fantastic. Joy's kept herself out of foul trouble. She's had that 4 fouls since the start of the third quarter, and she's really stepped up here too.
Joy and Rees. Two tall timbers on either side, both with 4 personals tonight. Now Price puts up a 3 shot. Back of the board, comes down, Smith leaves it, Joy gets it. For the Rush, feeds across and is fouled. A Rush ball, foul goes against Sarah Rose Smith. That is her 4th personal of the night. Not that it matters much, matters very little right now. 37 seconds remain on the clock. It is a 13-point margin to the Rush with shots to come. First one is good. Nice little scoring run, Trav.
11-0 now.
Even though the second misses, 33 seconds remain. Price turnover, Amore flicks it back across to Cochrane. Back to Amore. The Rush for a bit of icing on the cake with Hackman. A big block there by Millie Pryor. Hackman to get the ball. 25.6 seconds remain. The Rush, it'll be their second victory of the season. Jenkins, a big part of that. What a game she's played inside the paint. Back to Hackman. Fittingly, she can't finish. Smith takes the rebound, drives up against the Moore. Gives out to Price, drives under the rim. A little too late. Centre of Excellence finally get a bucket to go and break that 11-0 run. Jenkins with it. Flicks it out of bounds. And last touch was actually off Centre of Excellence. So last rights of this one, 2 seconds remain. The Rush with the ball. It's going to be their second win. They've had to do it the hard way throughout. Not great shooting either way, but the Ballarat Rush, too good at home against the Basketball Australia Young Guns Centre of Excellence, 68-56, a 12-point win, Trav. A big win for the Ballarat Rush tonight. Yeah, huge.
Hopefully they can step up off that and use that as a bit of motivation and energy to continue that run.
Just some of our stats leaders for tonight.
Yeah, Hackman with a big second half, particularly that third quarter. She had 17 and 10, so she got that double-double in the end. Jenkins, huge entire game, Steve. 15 points. She had, what do we got, 9 rebounds, my apologies, and 5 assists. Georgia Moore leading the way there with the assist, though. But for the Basketball Australia, we had Scanlon with 13 points. Emma Nope, who had 9 and 8 on their end.
Well, Trav, great work by you. It was, in the end, just too good for the win. The Ballarat Rush getting their second victory. It'll be a 0-10 start for the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence, but I'm sure their win is not too far away. Look forward to your company shortly for the men's game. And we'll be back shortly on NBL1 action. Stay with us.